All right, y'all, back again. What's going on? Welcome to y'all's favorite WMMA podcast, hashtag CB99 Talks. Yeah, I'm on live tonight for episode 117. Of course, I'm Combo Breaker 99. Just so you know what's going on, Lolita. Yes, I am live today. So, yeah, just had to jump on and get one in. Like like I said, I was going to try to stick with Tuesday, but y'all know I had a lot of stuff going on. So I had to take the last couple of days of chill and take care of some business. So I said, you know what? Um, I'm gonna push it back. I'm gonna push it back to Thursday, and I'm gonna jump on live Thursday. I've been taking a little week rest from work, and I think I'm ready to jump back in to the grind tomorrow. So yeah, but yeah, I'll be back in. Yeah, for sure, grinding tomorrow. But as far as my health, yeah, I still got some things going on. Did my procedure. And yeah, like I said, that was the first step to what I need to get done. And hopefully everything turns out good with what's going on with me right now. So yeah, man, I'm in a little fight of my own now, y'all. I got my own battle going on. And hopefully I come out on top of it. All right. Hopefully I can come out with the KO. Not the decision, not the draw. But hopefully I can get through this whole thing. So yeah. Mojo, what's up, man? Yeah. So yeah, I got some stuff going on, but like I said, it ain't gonna stop me from having some fun when I want to, and and doing the WMMA grind or the boxing grind. I'm gonna still be on it. But yeah, man, I had to get on tonight, man, because we got a lot of fights coming up. We got a lot of fights scheduled, and it's a lot of fights going on from here until April. So this episode and this live stream, I said I got to jump on and fill y'all in because I'm trying to keep up with them myself. So I said the best thing I can do is if I do a live, that way I can go back and actually refresh my memory if I forget. So that's always the good part of doing a live, like if I forget something, which I do, I can always go back and fall back on a video I done, right? It's like a note to myself, right? So yeah, WMMA calendar. I'm gonna go through some upcoming cards, including this weekend. I got a lot of WMMA fights going on, not just in the UFC that I'm looking to check out. Yeah, this weekend, next weekend, March, bunch of fights, and then you have Bellator make a bunch of announcements, a couple back-to-back cards in April. Then you got March Bellator. So Bellator, they trying to step their game up. They need to. They need to right now because they've been kind of falling behind with theirs as far as the WMMA scene goes. They trying to put together some strawweight fights and featherweight fights. So yeah, they need to get on their grind because they've been kind of falling under the radar. A lot of the flyweights in Bellator only fight like what? Once a year. Featherweights might fight twice a year if they're lucky. So yeah, let's get into this thing, man. I mean, first of all, this weekend, I had to go ahead and pull up some of these cards here. Here we go. These are some fights I'm looking forward to this week that are coming up this weekend. Looking forward to this card, this UAE card, and LFA. So hang on, let me pull up some of this stuff here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so there's about 4 fights I want to see this weekend. I think there may be 5. There might be 5, I believe. For sure, the UFC Fight Night card is what we all looking forward to, right? We all looking forward to seeing what Blanchfield can do against Andrade. But y'all got to check this fight out here, man. This UAE Warriors 36 card. Y'all got to check out this fight between, hold on, let me pull up her name, Jacinto Austin and her opponent, Josephine Knudsen. Now, this card is going to be early. I think it's like 9 a.m. Eastern time, which means I think it's like overseas. So I'm going to probably have to catch like the replay on it. But yeah, that's a fight I'm looking forward to because shout out to Gabby. You know, she reminded me of this card because, you know, she's one of the strawweights I've been checking out, Jacinta Austin and Josephine Knudsen. I forgot they were matched up. You know, I forgot they were matched up. We got these two undefeated fighters, and they be bringing it. You know, this Jacinta Austin, I mean, she's still growing, but this, I believe she's an Aussie. This girl be scrapping. This girl got some scrap to her. But Josephine Knudsen, I was watching some of her kickboxing, man. Don't be surprised I might get knocked out in there. I'm just saying, this would be a good fight. It's Battle of the Undefeateds. So I don't know if I'm gonna be up watching that thing at 9 a.m., but I'll catch the replay on it. Then I'll hit y'all back with how the fight was. There's the LFA 153. You got this fight between, what is her name? Rachel Martinez and Alandria Brown. I follow Alandria Brown on Twitter. You know, she's still up and coming fighter. You know, so I'm trying to support some of these young strawweights coming up. You know, so yeah, just a couple of young girls trying to do their thing, trying to break through. So you know, I'm gonna be checking that fight out. Got BJ in the building. What's up, BJ? So yeah, those are like the underground fights that you know I'm gonna be watching. And the LFA card is Friday, not Saturday. Not Saturday this time. It's back to Friday. So yeah, check out that strawweight fight between them two ladies, Martinez and Brown. So they should be putting on a show. Yeah, Brown, you know, still up and coming. I think she only got like one loss. Young fighter, you know. So don't expect like this big, you know, explosive type of matchup yet. You know, they just still growing. But looking at this UFC Fight Night card, only got one WMMA fight. I mean, the main event that everybody's looking forward to. But on the prelims, we got Lena Landsberg and Mayra Bueno Silva. Of course, as a fan, I'm going to watch it, you know, as a fan, and I want to see where the bantamweight division is going to go. You know, we got Lena Landsberg, who's 40, but still continuing to hand out a loss here and there. You know, the girl still puts on a lesson. So I ain't mad at her. You know, Lena Landsberg, until somebody decisively takes a head off, then fine, we good to go, right? But MBS, I like the energy she's bringing out. You know, Mayra Bueno Silva is looking to make a statement. She's been training hard. You know, she's been training with bigger fighters. She's training out of America Top Team, working with Kayla Harrison. You know, just overall working on her striking, doing a lot of positive things. You know, as she moves up the bantamweight, and you know, we still need to see if bantamweight is where she needs to be. So wins over what Wuyanan, right, BJ? Wuyanan. And what's the other girl's name? Stephanie Egger. Those are good, but I think beating Lena Landsberg will answer another question. But still, if she beats Lena Landsberg, there's still going to be more questions need to be answered, right? I know Miesha Tate called out the winner of this fight. So if MBS wins, I like to see Tate take on MBS. And if she beats Miesha Tate, then okay, then we'll talk a little bit more. Maybe then she can go in a fight Kellen Vieira or Macy Chase on or somebody like that, right? So I'm kind of excited to see MBS get her dues and make her way into the top 10, right? I'm not going to overhype her. I'm just saying I'm excited to kind of see what she can do at bantamweight. You know, flyweight didn't do much for her, but bantamweight might be the place for her. I mean, hell, bantamweight needs people right now. Bantamweight needs people. So if she goes in there, beats Lena Landsberg, calls out Miesha Tate herself and gets the Miesha Tate fight, hey, I'll take that fight. But looking at the main event, man, man, Andrade Blanchfield. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. A part of me wants to really pick Aaron Blanchfield in this one. I mean, I really do have a free pass on this one because I almost wasted it on the Calvillo fight, right? I almost picked Calvillo in that fight with Andrade, but I backtracked and went back with Andrade. So if I want to take that free pass, let me use it on this fight because I wanna say Blanchfield has the skills to do it, man. I really do. I mean, I think she has the jujitsu to do it, and I think she has the ability to get Andrade down. But the question is, can she keep her down? Can she keep her down and can she avoid the power shots? That's the part that really, really is. Those are the questions you ask about anybody when they fight Andrade. Can you stay away from her power, or can you take her down? Right? I was asking those same questions about Rose. Like, can Rose stay away from the power long enough to outpoint her? And Rose, she was slick a couple of times and took Andrade down just to take her down, remember? But overall, Andrade is always, 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 always dangerous in a fight. That's why it's always, 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 always hard to pick against her. But I ain't gonna lie, it ain't hard to me. I mean, I think I picked against Andrade plenty of times, but I always won. I always won those bets. I mean, I picked against Andrade like 5 times and won, right? Because I picked against her in the Whaley, way back Joanna fight. Both times with Rose, so I lost one. Valentina, Whaley, Rose twice, Joanna. Those are the 5 times I picked against Andrade. No, I picked against her against. I got my TJ on. I picked against her when she fought Claudia. Okay, that was way back, and I lost that one. So I lost the Rose fight and I lost the Claudia fight. Okay, but this one, man, something about it. I just want to pick. Blanchfield, man, because she is part of that quadruple threat. And BJ said, I'm going by BJ's words too. He's like, if these fighters are in your threat, you got to cheerlead them all the way. He said I should have picked Tyler in the Valentina fight, which I picked her to have a chance. But being a realist, I still knew that the champ had a little too much for Tyler. But as a fan, I'm gonna pick Blanchfield. I'm going all out. I'm gonna use my free pass on Blanchfield for this one. I mean, I know what Andrade can do, but if she's in my quadruple threat, word to BJ, we gotta ride our fighter. Because if we really believe in them, and we know they could be a threat to the champion, then she should be able to beat Andrade, right? I mean, I don't think I'm crazy for picking Blanchfield in this fight, right? I mean, come on, like she's got some things in there that could upset Andrade in this fight. I mean, Blanchfield ain't a strawweight. Blanchfield ain't a small fighter. Blanchfield was about to fight at 135 once. Listen, I'm just trying to make myself feel better, but no, for real, Blanchfield, if she does a couple of things, in the first couple of rounds, she could get this fight. Committing to the jab, being quick to get on the inside and get the fight to the ground. Even if she just has to score takedowns and Andrade gets back up, if Andrade scrambles back up, clinch her, and as they break, throw a head kick. Throw those head kicks. Andrade's not too high up. Throwing a head kick at Andrade is like throwing a body kick at Manone or somebody, right? You ain't got to raise up too high. You know what I mean? So if she aims for head kicks in this fight by throwing, her stance around like she did in some of her previous fights, she may have some success. And look, I'm trying here. I'm trying to give this girl a chance, but I do think she has somewhat of a chance. I do. Yeah, it's quadruple threat all the way, man. We're gonna rock with Aaron, man. It's partially a fan pick. It's a fanalist pick, part analyst, part fan. Um, but we know what can happen here. Andrade is still fresh. Andrade is still dangerous. Coming off the Lauren Murphy fight, she took no damage in that fight. She's still close to weight. She looks good at 125. She's durable, strong, and powerful. Where can you go wrong with a picker, right? So I'm not saying anybody's making a mistake on any side here, because if you pick Blanchfield, I mean, that means you know her well. I mean, I like to think I know what she could do. I don't think she's going to cower in this fight, though. But then again, it ain't about cowering when you fight Andrade. It really ain't. I mean, there's been plenty of fighters that haven't cowered, but when she rattles you, that's just it, right? Karolina Kowalkiewicz didn't cower. She fought a bad game plan, man, and she got starched, right? Karolina Kowalkiewicz never backed down, but she just got knocked out, right? So I don't know, man. I don't know. Blanchfield is better for the division because her moving forward gives us a new contender, possibly. Andrade winning, you know, it's a bonus check for her. It's more stock for her. And it's a guaranteed title shot at 115. I mean, don't that just sound weird? Like she has to beat a flyweight to get a title shot at strawweight. That's just kind of like the weird part for me. That's one part of it where it's like I respect her for coming back to fight early because she's helping the show go on. But it's like she gets to fight Whaley a strawweight off of a flyweight win. It's so weird. You know, it's just so weird. So it's like she's here just to kind of to stunt the growth of the flyweight division, you know? So I just want better things for the flyweight division, man. I want to see Blanchfield, who is a flyweight, who wants to be a flyweight, and who wants Valentina, push forward, you know? So I'm going to have fun with this one. I want to see Blanchfield win, though, man. For real. I do. I think she could do this thing on the ground. Like, if she wins, it's going to have to be multiple takedowns, capitalizing off of any opening of Andrade, like a heel hook. Like, if she goes down and Andrade steps over her, like to try to hammer her, she needs to just attack one of those single legs of Andrade. Like, just latch onto it and go to work. You know what I mean? She just needs to latch onto the ankle and go to work. But really, like I said, she needs to be watching the Valentina fight over and over, you know, to at least maybe do half of what Valentina did. I don't think she could take Andrade out in 2 rounds in that fashion. But I think if she was able to position her body, Andrade's body from behind like that, she could possibly submit her. You know, she might not TKO her in the crucifix, but she might submit her. You know, she could possibly submit her because you can be the most powerful fighter. But if you get caught in the Kimura, shoot, you'll tap. You know, if you get caught in the Kimura, you'll tap. You get caught in the guillotine, you'll tap. I mean, hey, we seen crazy things happen, right? We seen GDR submit Juliana Pena. I picked GDR to beat Juliana Pena, but I said knockout. I never thought in a million years GDR would score her first submission over Juliana Pena, right? So we seen crazy things happen in there. We seen crazy things happen. But if Blanchfield really wants to win, she's going to have to submit. She's going to have to submit Andrade in this fight. I don't see her knocking her out unless she was to happen to do something crazy and freaky with like a head kick, but I don't see her knocking her out. I don't. I see her submitting Andrade before she does that. But it's got to be. I hope they were watching that Valentina fight. I really do. Because Andrade is strong, but like I said, those little arms, if you if you can lock on and you tie her up and you get behind her, them little arms can't really get around you. Okay. See, Tyler would have been different. If she tried to lock up from Tyler from behind, Tyler, hand fight, she pushed down because she's got longer arms, she can get leverage, and she could just turn into Blanchfield and overpower Blanchfield. See, so height and frame makes a big difference in these type of grappling matches. So it's all about position, I think, going into this fight with Blanchfield. If she gets the right position, she can ride this thing out. She could ride her like a bull, man. You jump on a bull, all they can do is buck and buck. But if you're a real rider, you can hang on. Shoot, you can make good time, right? So this is her rodeo, man. She got to turn it into that rodeo, jump on, saddle up, and ride her, man. Don't be in front of her. You can't be in front of Andrade, not at all. Because Blanchfield's defense when it comes to striking is not great. All right. Rocks with her, but I'm not going to lie and say she's slick with the head movement and all of that. She'll eat some punches. She will. And you don't want to eat Andrade's punches. You don't want to eat her punches like that. So, yeah. Purely inside, purely ground. Position until she can get submission is her main goal. Keys to victory for Andrade. We know what she's gonna have to do, right? She's gonna have to take her apart with kicks, body shots. Maybe just touch her chin once to see how she reacts, and then go from there. Because Andrade's energy is usually how she gets her wins now. Now that she's kind of, gotten this reputation. So, yeah. But much respect to Aaron. We can't lie. Aaron is doing some crazy. First top 10 fighter, man. First top 10 fighter she's fighting. So y'all can't hate on this girl. Can't hate on her. First top 10 fighter she's fighting was either going to be Santos or Andrade. I know it sounds good on her end, but it also sounds messed up because of what the UFC was doing. Like, that is kind of like, in a way, it's incompetent. It's incompetent matchmaking. It is, because you beat McCann, Aldridge, Maverick, Alpar, all pretty much unranked and maybe one top 15 at the time. It kind of is incompetent matchmaking. It is. But you got a girl in here that doesn't know any better. She's hungry. She's tough. So sometimes matchmakers, they got to save fighters from themselves here, and it could be a situation where I'm talking like this at the end of the fight, where Andrade could go in there and hurt the girl real bad, dominate, nod her head up. Then I'm going to be on here saying the matchmakers were incompetent. They didn't match her up with the proper opponent. She went straight from unranks to top 15, unranks to a 15 to a number 3. And not only is she fighting a number 3, it's Andrade. Not only is it Andrade, but it's 5 rounds. Not only is it 5 rounds, but it's a main event. Think about that. That's a lot riding on this girl. So y'all better give Blanchfield her props if she go in here and stop Andrade or submit Andrade. She better get her props. I think if she beats Andrade in like some dominant fashion, she might shoot to the top of the quadruple threat there, because that's a bigger win. That's a bigger win than anything Tyler's got. And it'll be bigger than a Chicago win. It's live, Mastermind. It is live. I'm just running through this card here and trying to decide on my pick. What do y'all want? Who y'all want to win this fight? Who do y'all think will win? Who do y'all want to win this fight? But that's all I had to say on that card. Let me jump to y'all what y'all talking about. Jackson, what's up? He said, I don't think the UFC would make this fight if they didn't think Aaron was just different. I don't know. They make some bad choices sometimes. They make some bad choices sometimes. I don't. I'm hoping this ain't one of them, man. I really do hope it's not one of them. James Perez, of course, you can't hate. The girl is number 10, and she's a week away from fighting number 1. Yeah, you can't. I mean, some of y'all find some way to hate, but y'all find some way to hate her. I know that. Y'all find some way to hate her. So, I'm going for Aaron. I mean, yeah, BJ had to remind me and say with Tyler, he's like, yeah, you got to pick Tyler because you got to pick Tyler because she's quadruple threat. I was like, yeah, I picked the half. I was going for, but I was like, I'm trying to be a realist, man. Like, I don't think she's gonna beat Valentina like that, But I think Blanchfield has a better chance of beating Andrade than I was gonna say I think she has a better chance of beating Andrade than Grasso has a chance to beat Shevchenko. Let me put it that way. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I like what Andrade is doing, but I just don't think it's going to be better for the division. No, I just don't think it is. I don't. Sage, what's going on, man? Zamas, are you really taking Grasso, Mastermind? Emoji said I'm picking Aaron for the upset too. Okay, all right. Well, we got some people picking. I'm picking Aaron. Yeah. BJ said you gotta stick with Aaron. You picked Aaron the quadruple there, and that's the thing. Like when she was going up against Santos, it was tougher. It was actually tougher because Santos is a better striker than Aaron, and I think a better MMA grappler. But Aaron is a much better jiu-jitsu practitioner when she's on the ground, I think. And I think Aaron's a little bit smarter than Santos with some of her position picks. But Santos is physically stronger where she knows how to neutralize these girls, Going into this fight, I think Aaron is a little bit smarter in making some choices than Andrade, but Andrade has been improving, So I'm gonna rock with Aaron, man. I'm going with Aaron, and I might call this fight. I'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna call this fight. Yeah, James. Santos is much bigger, but the situation is a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Jackson said Santos versus Valentina was a massive mismatch. Looking at the rankings at that time, and UFC turned out to look smart by booking that fight. Yeah, that one was. See, that was different because even I thought that was a good matchup. Like I knew Santos had the right attributes to fight Valentina and give her a tough fight. Because Valentina's already gone on record and kind of exposed what is her kryptonite, right? Size, girls that are bigger and, good physical specimens like Santos. So eventually I knew that was going to happen. But like when it comes to like fighters like Grasso, I ain't sure. And this one here it could just be one of them mismatches, man. I'm giving Blanchfield a better chance than Calvillo. Let me put it that way. Hell of a bigger chance than that. I mean, I know Blanchfield is not going to fold like Calvillo did in that fight, man. I know she's not going to do that. I know she's not. You going live Saturday? Yeah, I'm gonna try to go live for this fight. Not for the Lena Landsberg NBS fight, but yeah, probably for this one. But before the end of the show, we'll backtrack and we'll talk some more. We'll talk some more about this card. There's just some other cards here that I wanted to discuss in no particular order because there's a lot of fights going on. Let's talk about this card just a little bit. I'm just trying to give y'all some reminders out here, like no particular order. I mean, this is the next pay-per-view we got coming up in 3 weeks. Because next weekend is not a pay-per-view. It is the Suarez De La Rosa card. And then the first weekend of March is UFC 285, right? James said combo is Aaron much bigger than Andrade or close in size. Well, she's a little bit taller, but, I think she's a little bit stockier. Andrade is. Aaron's kind of got a wider midsection, but she's not like too thick in the legs either. Like kind of a different shape. I think Andrade's a little bit more proportion right for what she does, Like, yeah, Aaron's a little bit longer and bigger, but stocky, big. That's Andrade at 125. Mastermind said Aaron for the title shot when she wins this Saturday. Yeah, she does it convincingly. Yeah, so yeah, 285. Yeah, 285. Got this fight card in 2 weeks. 3 fights on here. Fingers crossed, right? Let's keep our fingers crossed. Jessica Panay, Tabitha Ricci. Boy, I don't want to mention Tabitha Ricci when BJ's in the building, but I got to. Panay and Ricci, strawweight fight. I ain't really looking too. I'm not looking forward to like that. I'm not really crazy about it, but I'm gonna watch it because I gotta see what Ricci is doing now. I gotta see if she's developing. Is her wrestling coming along? Is her inside dirty boxing coming along? Because she's solid on the ground. But I don't think she really had the chance to develop like I thought she could have like 2 years ago. Because I thought she was off to a pretty decent start until the UFC grabbed her and made her fight Manon Fiorot, So, oh boy, that kind of slowed her momentum down. Since then, she beat Oliveira and Poliana Viana with a lot of control. Nothing really too crazy, but I think with fighting somebody like Panay, who's a better striker, also a black belt, has the skills and the height to neutralize whatever she's bringing, So we'll see how this fight turns out. But yeah, Ricci, she's not really in a must-win situation, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes from. It'll kind of answer a lot of questions here. Harry M UFC, what's up? He said, I want to pick Blanchfield, but I can't get that Aldrich fight out of my head. That was a really poor showing, especially defensively, and it wasn't even that long ago. I won't say it was like poor because, yeah, she was losing that first round, but she stayed in it. Like, I think it would have been really poor if she would have lost composure. Like, it's one thing if you getting outstruck, but then you make an adjustment, you find the opening, and you win. But it's another if you getting outstruck and you just fall apart, you just start swinging wild, and you just start diving in with telegraph takedowns, and you just looking like a hot mess, right? But I thought Blanchfield kept the cool, still in the fight. Had me a little nervous, but I was like, eventually I think she gonna win this fight because she gonna stay in it, But what she was getting hit with, yeah, she don't want to be in that position with Andrade for sure. All right, so also in this card, Ibas Arujo. Let's see, Gabby says she thinks Ibas versus O'Neal is a good fight if both win their fights. That's not bad. I think Arujo, this is a fight that should be more so up her alley. She's dealing with Ibas who can strike, who can take it to the ground, but she can kind of switch into that reckless gear. And Arujo needs these type of fighters. Like, if you look at matchmaking, Arujo is going to look much better with some of these fighters that lead with their head, lead with their chin. So Arujo's right hand plus Ibas's chin, you know what that spells. I'm just saying. I mean, hopefully her chin holds up at this weight. Ibas does. Um, hopefully Ibas carries some power up to this weight. So we could be looking at an entertaining fight. You know, if Ibas turns out to be a little bit more technical and patient, it could get under the skin of Arujo if she stays out of range. But I just think Arujo is at a point where she's set in her ways, but I think her style might be a problem for Ibas. You know, Ibas, like I said, not the best striker, but she'll take chances. And some of those chances is what somebody like Ibas can Arujo can capitalize on. Arujo winning, you know, will just kind of put her to a standstill. She'll still have to do more work. Ibas winning, I think the UFC is going to think they got a gold mine on their hands that they can move up. So, you know, Ibas is going to have to be prepared to take on somebody like either Lauren Murphy next or, dare I say it, rematch Caitlin Chikagan. Well, they might avoid that. If she beat, you know what? If she beats Arujo, Ibas could come back in July or August and possibly fight Manon. I'm just saying. They might do something like that. Because they skyrocketing some of these young fighters up. It could be Casey O'Neill, but I kind of doubt it. They might do that fight. If Arujo loses, Ibas will move up. And they could possibly put her in there because, you know, Ibas has shown interest in wanting to fight Valentina too. So that could be one they'll make. Who knows? Just don't know. All right. And, of course, we got the main event, Shevchenko and Grasso. Grasso. I think this fight here possibly goes like so many other flyweight title defenses. I'm hoping it don't, for the sake of just wanting to see like a competitive fight. You know, I really want to see just like a competitive fight. I really do. But I don't know. I mean, I know how I feel. I know I've already told y'all about my opinion on Grasso's chances. And that's what I think that's where a lot of people are at right now. I think a lot of people are picking against Valentina because they're kind of bored with her. I'm not, of course. I'm not bored at all with Valentina as a champion. I mean, she's still setting the standard to what you need to be like to be a fighter. It's y'all's favorite fighter's problem because they can't catch up. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. It's y'all's favorite fighter that's having trouble catching up. So y'all need to blame y'all favorite fighters. It's not Valentina. You know, Valentina technically is still on a level that these fighters can't reach. You know, so just because she's beating each one of these fighters, you know, can't get mad at her. Y'all got to look at y'all got to look at those fighters. Y'all got to look at your favorite fighter and say, what are y'all doing? Okay, so I think a lot of people are just kind of getting bored, though. Honestly, that's why they like, I want to see Grasso win, or they really believe that Grasso has a chance because they just don't like Valentina. So feelings can get mixed into a pick. Me, I like Grasso. I like how she fights. I'm a big fan of boxing, so I love her boxing style, right? But I can't say she'll go in there and pull off this upset where people are believing that she can really check her chin like that, you know? Like, people actually think she'll tee off on Valentina or hurt Valentina. You know what I mean? Like, it would have to be like a really, really, really well-timed, slick counterpunch from Grasso to rock Valentina. You know what I mean? It really would have to be some type of shot like that. And I don't know if she'll let anything go like that. I mean, I could see her landing a combination on Valentina, just like a pity pat combination, or maybe just like a, 1, 2, 3 combination that could be effective. But actually popping Valentina and hurting her or rocking her, I don't see that. I really don't. I mean, let me see what y'all saying here. Claude said Valentina doesn't finish Grasso, then she's losing her edge. I It depends. It depends on how she's evolving as a fighter. I mean, I won't say she's losing her edge. I'll say she's evolving. Like, sometimes the older fighters they fight smarter. Like, when you fight smarter doesn't necessarily mean you lose your edge. Floyd, he wasn't necessarily finishing a lot of fighters towards the end of his career. He was putting on more of a clinic, right? Because he's not losing his edge, he's gaining knowledge. So where you think a fighter is losing their edge because they don't finish somebody, I see it as gaining experience. You know what I mean? And when you get older, you fight different. You fight smarter. That's just me, though. I don't think she has a finisher. I mean, yeah, she finished Chikagan. But if people really believe that Grasso's bringing this style, then she might make it like Maya. She might make it through. Personally, I don't think she will. I mean, if it goes to the ground, I think Valentina wins by submission. BJ said that's for real. Why some people pick against champs, not because the opponents is one of their favorites, right? Because they get bored. Yeah. Let's see. Jackson says, I'm taking Valentina by unanimous decision. She's still a cut above everyone, but the gap is narrowing between her and the field. Gap is the gap narrowing? I think. Let me see. Is the gap narrowing? Santos, though, man. Like, Santos was bringing it, though. Santos brought the kryptonite. So I think I need to see at least one more fight before I can think that the gap is really closing. Yeah, I'll need to see like one more fight where Valentina's timing is off and something just is completely like totally different. That's just to me, because Santos was bringing that kryptonite that was needed. Okay, yeah. Gabby said, I think if Grasso makes it competitive, it gives more stock and more people would tune in to flyweight. Yeah, if she could go 5, it should. It should. It should. James said that's about it. Good assessment on the fight. Pretty pat here and there, sure. Pity pat here and there, sure. Something of real substance. Yeah, it's really hard to see like substance getting there. Yeah, 6 said, yeah, Grasso doesn't have that type of power. Yeah, I don't think she has that type of power, man, because y'all name the knockouts in the UFC she's had. None. I think there's some casual fans out there that think Alexa Grasso's knocked out a lot of people in the UFC when she hasn't knocked out anybody. And I'm not saying it to be funny or disrespect. No, I'm just saying we're just actually analyzing here. Okay. We're just actually analyzing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to teach y'all about a fighter with killer instinct and a fighter with less of a killer instinct. One in Grasso, it really, really shows because she finished only one fighter by submission who had just got submitted by another fighter in similar fashion. Okay, but that's about it. But anybody else, it's like, no, she hasn't sat down on it like that. And you got to give Valentina's respect, man. You got to get her respect. Yeah, BJ, she snapped a few heads back, but you know, what 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 else we got? What else we got? I mean, would she snap Valentina's head back? Maybe, but when she does that, I think it's gonna wake her up and it's gonna make her mad, and that's why I say she might have to follow up, man. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Well, Colton, I've already said before, they fought that Tyler was the right type of fighter for to beat Valentina. Like she was the right type of fighter that was going to give Valentina hell of a fight. So I don't see it as like the gap closing in, like where there's this whole group of fighters that are really, really, you know, that are really, really, really out there switching up styles on her, and they're really like closing in on her. It ain't like when fighters start evolving to work their way up to Joanna or something. Yeah. Um, just reading through some comments here. Let's see. Yeah. Valentine's finished a lot more opponents, period, than Grasso. I mean, hands down. Yeah, Runner Reed said 24 knuckleheads in the building, hit the like button. Yeah, appreciate that. If y'all do hit that like button, 25, 24 people. Because we're going to jump to this next card I want to talk about here real quick. Like I said, we're just jumping around to some cards, but this is actually the following weekend, right? Invicta FC 52 is another card. We got another card, and that's 2 weeks after. Yeah, March 15th. I know we got some people in the chat, like 6, that are looking for fighters like Machado to get back into the cage, right? And yeah, we got Valeska Machado taking on Danny McCormick. And I think I told y'all the other week that this is going to be a good fight because you got two different styles. You got the technical striker versus the scrappy striker. So we should be getting some action in this card. I mean, we got about 7 fights again. March 15th. That's a Wednesday. Y'all know where to watch these Invicta cards at on the Invicta YouTube channel. You get them for free. Let's see. You got a lot of strawweight fights. You got a lot of straw. You got 5 strawweight fights on this Invicta FC card. You got, let's see, the first strawweight fight, 2 newcomers, Saira Cannon versus Amanda Maciosi. Amanda Maciosi coming in with a big knockout. And I think her debut, like a little while back, I posted up that knockout. It was crazy in LFA. Girl's a little powerhouse. Then you got Fatima Klein taking on this judoka named Natalia Kutsitina. Fatima Klein, I'm high on her. If she wins this fight, she might be getting the title shot. And then you got a featherweight fight between Amberly Brock and Ramona Pascal. That's right. Ramona Pascal is back in Invicta FC. That was a quick trip around, man. I mean, I actually didn't expect it. Yeah, January 2022 was her last fight in Invicta FC. Then in 2022, she fought 3 fights in the UFC, lost all 3. Now she's back in Invicta FC. I mean, respect to her. She went out there, tried to give it a shot. She just wasn't developed. I actually thought PFL would have been better for Ramona Pascal. PFL or Bellator, But when the UFC calls, you got to take that call because it's opportunity. So she took the call. She got in. Okay, I was like, all right. She lost to Jocelyn Nunes, Jocelyn Edwards, Tamiris Vidal, and those weren't just controversial losses either. There were some hard losses. So yeah, going back to Invicta Smart, taking on Amber Lee Brock, they got similar records. So I can't even pick in that fight, really. I mean, Lee Brock's a little bit more powerful, has more of a ground game, I think. But we'll see how that goes. Let's see, bantamweight fight, Masrat Rendon versus Alexa Connor. Another strawweight fight, Mina Grisander, who's an atomweight, moving up to fight Shauna Bannon. This other strawweight fight, Carolina Wajcik versus Ediane Silva. That should be a banger. Those two be swinging. Those would be in there swinging, all right? And the championship fight, Valeska Machado, Danny McCormick. So yeah. It's a Wednesday card. It's a Wednesday card, 6. Invicta, they don't compete with the UFC and Bellator. They do their cards on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm gonna get some tickets to go to one of these cards when they're in Kansas City again. I'm gonna go to a card. These things been coming on. These cards, 50 some cards deep now, and I still haven't been to one yet. So I'm gonna try to go. I'm gonna try to make some time to go to one of these Invicta cards one day. Just to take in the atmosphere. Run into some fighters. After the fight. See who be in the crowd. Just maybe chop it up with some of the fighters there. And I'm gonna definitely do that, man. Maybe for Invicta 54 or Invicta 55. I'm gonna try to get a ticket and go whenever it's Invicta's in Kansas City. I'm gonna do that. All right. Oh man. Bellator, they're trying to catch up now. Bellator, look at Bellator over here. Bellator is trying to catch up. Bellator is trying to catch up right now. They got fights coming, man. Look at this. Jackson said you getting the UFC card in KC in a few months. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait. You said you get into the UFC card in Kansas City. No. Maybe I need to. I don't live out there. I just have to fly, but I'm, when they come closer, I'm gonna have to go to one for sure. Yeah, when they come out here again out my way, I need to go. Okay, yeah. So what we got? This Bellator card coming up March 31st. Bellator 293. They loading it down, man. Look, they're loading it down with some fights. They're trying to get some featherweights and strawweights up in their division now, all right? So I gotta give them some credit. This Bellator 293, you got Randy Field and Ashley Cummins. Ashley Cummins been out for 3 years, though. She's making a return. So we'll see what's new with her. Then you got Pam Bam taking on Sarah Collins. Sarah Collins just got signed. Pam Bam trying to get back into that winning column. So, shout out to Pam Bam. I had to buy one of her shirts, that she was selling. I ain't had a chance to put it on, or show her that it came. But, when stuff comes in the mail, I got to throw it in the laundry. So I got to do that first. And then I'll, show her that it came. Or I can just tell her. Maria Henderson versus Mackenzie Stiller. Those are 2 newcomers in the strawweight division. And then the co-main event for this card is Kat Zingano, Leah McCourt. What do y'all think about that featherweight fight? I'm actually picking Kat Zingano to win this fight. Leah McCourt has been working, but after seeing that Sinead Kavanaugh fight, I say, man, there's some things that she needs to really, really get on, like her physical strength. Her hand game still a little bit shaky. I think, if Kat Zingano goes back to the Muay Thai days, return to some of the basics, land some powerful knees on Lee McCourt. She closes distance, gets a body lock. She can toss Lee McCourt around a little bit, because I think, Kat's still stronger. Kat's still a lot stronger than Lee McCourt, I believe, and definitely in the wrestling department. So I think Kat can definitely secure a victory here. And if she does, man, they just need to go ahead and do this Chris Cyborg fight, They just need to go ahead and do it. Gabby said, why hasn't Bellator made 115 yet? I don't know. And these are 2 strawweight fights they got coming up. I think that's why some of them fighters had left too, like Danny McCormick. Well, Danny McCormick, I think, left because of the whole COVID thing at the time. They were cutting a lot of Bellator Europe. They cut Bandy Bohm. What's the other girl's name? Kokakova. And Danny McCormick, Mandy Bohm, Kokakova. Yeah, they cut a lot of the fighters during that COVID time. But yeah, they had a lot of strawweights, but I don't know. Yeah, they don't have like a straight up ranking of strawweights. They just have featherweight and flyweight. It's weird. It's really weird. But yeah, I got Kat Zingano winning this one, man. I think she can pull it off. All right, so that's four women's fights. Hopefully nobody pulls out, right? And then what else they got going on? Bellator got another card. April 21st. April 21st, you got Bellator 294. Shout out to Vitamin D. Gets to run it back against Liz Carmouche. This time, not only can she get some get back, but she get a title shot. That's all right. I mean, Deanna Bennett been putting together that winning streak, and we thought she was going to get the fight Lima Lay for like a title eliminator. She winds up having to fight Justine Keech 2 times. We thought that was strange. I've voiced my opinion on that. I told her that time in BJ's interview was strange. She beat Laura. 3-fight win streak. Yeah. It's been 3 years since her and Liz Carmouche fought, but 3 years later, 3 wins later, go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get that title shot now. She done what she needed to do. She beat the fighter that beat the former champion. So, yeah, let's get this title shot going. Shout out to Deanna Bennett. She got it. Jackson said Casey signed a 6-fight deal with the UFC. Casey O'Neill? Okay. Are you Casey O'Neill? Okay. Also, you got Sarah McMahon making her way into the featherweight division. Sarah McMahon out the UFC with a better contract, more money in Bellator, taking on Arlene Blanco, who's number 2, I believe, right? That should be an interesting fight. Arlene Blanco, good kickboxer, tough, durable. Sarah McMahon, strong, powerful. Actually moving up in weight too, so we'll see if this actually affects her in a good way as far as her performance. Will she be stronger, more powerful? Will that overhand right make some difference? Arlene Blanco is scrappy though, man. I like her style. I do like her style. Whenever she gets settled in with some of these girls more so on a level, she puts on a good fight. So yeah, those fights coming up in April. I like that Bellator's trying to put it together. And then that's on Friday, right? Bellator trying to get back in our good graces from 294 on a Friday to 295 on a Saturday, right? 21st, 22nd. You got Alima Lay McFarland taking on Kana Watanabe. I don't know why, man. I think I'm kind of excited about that fight. That's going to be an okay fight. Alima Lay versus Kana Watanabe. That's going to be an interesting fight as far as ground game and who can really jock for position in that fight. Because Kana Watanabe is strong. kind of is strong, but the thing about Alima Lay is, I think Alima Lay is really starting to get her hands a little bit better. Like, I think her hand game is getting better. Like, that's going to be, I think, her bread and butter in this fight. Like, she still has the wrestling to fall back on and the ability to get takedowns. But I think she's seen what Liz Carmouche and all of them girls can do. And if Alima Lay can plant her right hand on Kana Watanabe, I think we know what can happen. I mean, we've seen what happened when a right hand meets Kana Watanabe. Yeah, I'm going to just say that. Yeah, so Alima Lay, if she plays her cards right in this fight and uses her hands a little bit more, fights a little bit more in the pocket, she can do a little bit of either, right hand misses, boom, she gets a takedown. But kind of, she's strong on the ground. She is strong. So this was kind of hard to pick. So yeah, I think that's why I really want to see this fight. But this one on the side here, I'm looking forward to. Vita Ortega. Is it Ortega or Arteaga? Vita versus Sumiko Inaba. This would be interesting right here. Taking on Arteaga is a way to really prove yourself. She's like the gatekeeper in the flyweight division over there. I mean, who agrees? If y'all watch flyweight, Bellator's flyweight division, who agrees? BJ, what you think, man? Vita Arteaga, she is like the gatekeeper over there. Like, she is the one that puts you on that test. Like, if you can't beat her, then you got to question yourself. I know she submitted my girl Denise Killholz, and that's when I questioned Denise Killholz's ground game, because Arteaga put her in that, I believe it was a rear naked choke, and I about, oh man, I was like, oh, it was a guillotine. Yeah, it was a guillotine. She got her in the guillotine, and I was like, oh man, come on. And she beat Emily Ducote. So if you ain't on your game, shout out to Alima Lay, because she finished her, I believe, in a fight. But other than that, man, like, she beat Vanessa Porto too. So this girl ain't a soft touch. She's really not a soft touch. Vita's like the Angela Hill of that division. Yeah, Vita, except she finishes you. Like, that's the only difference. But yeah, she is like the Angela Hill over here. Like, if you can't get past, if you get past her, man, like, yeah, you have to question your ground game and your heart, because she'll push you. Yeah, like, I picked Vanessa Porto to beat her, man, but when she went in there and dogged her out like that and guillotined her, she be putting a guillotine on these girls too, man. I was like, dang, man, come on. Shout out to Laura, though. Laura beat her. Laura did. Laura and Alima Lay did. They weren't playing. So basically what I'm saying here is that Sumiko Inaba can't play in this fight. Sumiko Inaba, she had some tough moments against the last girl she fought, Nadine Mandial. Shout out to Mandial. I follow her on Instagram, and she follows me, and I've talked to her before. She's a tough fighter, and Nadine Mandial gave her a tough fight. She was tough on the feet and in the clinch. So Sumiko, she better make sure that she letting off accurate rockets, because she got power in both hands. She got snappy boxing, snappy shots, but it takes more than that to beat Vita, man. I ain't even gonna lie, it takes more. And Sumiko, she's in for a fight. At 5-0, she's gonna be in for a fight. I like Sumiko Inaba. She finished like the first four opponents here in Bellator. But Vita, she ain't gonna be easy to finish like that, man. Vita gonna give her all she can handle. It's a 50. I'm gonna say 50-50. This is like 60-40 to Arteaga, actually. Yeah, I think it's like 60-40 Vita's weight. She could go in there and do like Angela Hill did to Lupi in this fight. So this is more of a test for Samiko, she gonna have to be on it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But yeah, man, they catching up, man. Bellator is doing their thing, you know what I mean? Like they got 3 good cards here with about, see, Bellator's got what, total of 2, 4, 6, about 8 fights coming up. I mean, granted nothing cancels. We got some work coming our way from them. Can't get mad. I mean that's pretty decent for Bellator. 8 women fights in the next coming 2 months. So yeah, some other fights in between that I didn't talk about that we already know about. I mean, next weekend we got Montana De La Rosa and Tatiana Suarez. We got that fight coming up, and on the card we also have, let me see here. Also on that card, Jasmine Jazzy Vicious versus Gabriela Fernandez. And yeah, somebody else in the chat earlier mentioned it. They said Haley Cohen is on that card. Yeah. Shout out to whoever that was. I forgot. Haley Cohen, Eileen Perez. Uh-oh. Eileen Perez, y'all. Now that I bring up Eileen Perez, let me pull up her Twitter, man. Let me see if she said anything crazy lately. Yeah, let me go ahead and pull up her Twitter. So yeah, we got some fights coming up, man, but we know how it might turn out to be. It might cancel. Oh boy, let's see. Eileen Perez. Let's see. 12 Diaz. Her and Haley Cohen fight. Their fight is like 50-50. I mean, they're both 7-2. They possess the same record. They both kind of show the same weaknesses on the ground. Easy to be submitted. Close said Gabriela Fernandez is a beast. Yeah, I've seen a few of her fights. I think Jasmine's going to be in a hell of a fight. And Gabriela Fernandez, where am I picturing her at? Was she in oh man, what did I like? LFA. Yeah, LFA fight. That one LFA fight. I think I post it up as like a finish of the, well, it was a while back. It was like back in the summertime where she like submitted this one girl. Tough fighter, man. She's a tough fighter. And she is going to be a handful for Jazzy. So if Jazzy is not on her game, Jazzy could be ranking up another loss here. I'm just saying. Jaxel said he's excited for Haley. He loved her in Dana White's contender series. Really? She was I don't know. It was a close fight. I like the girl that she was fighting better, actually. Listen to that. I can't remember her name. It's a Brazilian girl. I mean, I can't remember the girl's name. But I've seen her fight a couple times, and I thought she had a better showing. But what do I know? Claudia Liete. Claudia Liete. I've seen her fight a few times in some underground orgs, but she came up short. I think Haley's a very strong fighter, like strong clinch fighter. Physically strong, but I need to see a little bit more what she can do. Yeah, I thought so too, Marcus. She was winning that fight in the contender series. Yeah, nothing new from Eileen Perez as far as her Twitter. So she's training. Shout out to Eileen Perez. She's training right now. She hadn't posted anything crazy up. So, all right. So yeah, she's making her debut this next weekend coming up. And who else did we say? Gabriela Fernandez make her UFC debut against Jazzy Vicious, Suarez, Montana De La Rosa, and What else we got coming up? Juju. When is Juju and Macedo fight? Oh yeah, March 11th we got Ariane Lipsky and JJ Aldridge. So you got a lot of fights coming up here, man. WMMA is the first quarter of WMMA is not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean, we had some pullouts, of course, but WMMA is not that bad, man. Right now, I mean, we got a lot of underground fighters that I like that are coming through, right? So January to April is not bad. Gabby, who do you got in the Jacinta Austin and Josephine Knudsen fight? I'm kind of leaning towards Josephine, man. Like Josephine Knudsen, they're both 4-0. But I think Josephine Knudsen, man, I was watching her kickboxing matches. That girl is tough, man. I think Jacinta Austin is scrappy. She's willing to do a little bit of everything. You know, she will take you down. She will throw combinations. But Josephine Knudsen, she throws some lethal kicks, man. Like she's a powerful little striker too. So I'm looking at a 50-50 fight there. You know, these underground fights, they're always up in the air. I mean, if Jacinta Austin is going to win this one, she's going to have to do a lot of control here. And she can't stand in front of Josephine Hudson. Gabby said, "Who do you got for?" Oh, you just asked the same question I did. Well, you answer first. I'm leaning towards Knudsen. I'm leaning towards Knudsen. After watching her, that Swedish girl's tough, man. I like both. I know I watched every single one of Jacinta Austin's fights on YouTube and boxing. I mean, I watched all of her fights, MMA, kickboxing, and boxing. You can watch them all on YouTube. I actually got a playlist of her fights. I mean, if you want to watch it, maybe I'll post up my playlist for her if you want to watch her. Yeah, she's grimy. She's a grimy fighter, man. But I think Josephine Knudsen, what I've seen, her style might play into Knudsen's style where she can land big on her. So yeah, I'm 50-50 on it. I like them both. Though. Let me see if I can share this playlist if y'all want to watch it. Gotta make it public though. Hold on. Yeah, I went on and made a playlist of a fight since I was doing research, and I said, "Hey, let me view the playlist here. Public. Yeah, here we go. Okay, copy the link. Yeah, I put it up on a community post. But yeah, here's Jacinta Austin's fights if you want to watch them. Let me know what y'all think of her. Yeah, she's a tough girl. I mean, I like the fact that she does everything. You know, she's scrappy. She'll wrestle. She can kickbox. She can box. Yeah, UAE. Closer to who these girls fight for. They're UAE fighters. Well, you know, this fight is for UAE, but I mean, they pretty much will fight any organization right now. K1, she does some K1 stuff and some Eternal MMA stuff. So they're still on the grind. Yeah. Okay. But it's like 9 a.m. Eastern, so I'm gonna have to go back and watch the playback on that fight. Oh yeah, there's another fight I want to watch. I think it's Saturday. No, it's Friday. Aries FC 12. There's an Aries FC 12 card at like 2 o'clock tomorrow. I might watch. There's a girl I follow up there named Manuela Marconeto taking on Mona Vitumi or Tuhi. Should be an interesting fight. This other girl considers herself the butcher, so it should be an interesting fight. Gabby said another fight happening is Elisa Karaku and Amina Hadaya on February 25th. Okay, I'll check that out because Lisa Kiraku was one of her opponents, right? Just Jacinta's opponents. So yeah, I'll check into that one. I thought that Kiraku, she did okay against Jacinta. I thought that was one of the girls that actually did a little better than some of her other opponents. Another Aussie, right? But yeah, I'm gonna check into some of that. Six said James 1FC is landing in the States soon. Yeah, it is. Stamp will be in town, right? Stamp will be in the States. Yeah, Stamp will be in the States. I'd love to catch a 1FC card in the States, man. Their energy just seems so, wild, man. Like, not wild, but it's like entertaining. It's like entertaining stuff. Yeah. Okay. Jackson said, wonder what's going on with Amanda. Both Rocky and Aldana deserve a title shot. And you can argue Dumont deserves one at 145 if she wins next fight. Yeah, I could say that at this point. Like, go ahead and give that girl a featherweight shot. She's been trying to hold down 145 for what it is. So why not give her a fight, right? But yeah, Aldana, Rocky's like number 2 right now with 5 wins in a row. So like or not, she should be getting some type of shot. Gabby said, do you think Austin Knudsen winner gets signed to the UFC? I wouldn't be surprised if the UFC tried to do that, but me personally, I wouldn't sign him yet. I still need to see a little bit more from Jacinta Austin before she jumps into the UFC. Not yet. I mean, going by how the UFC does, it's a high possibility that they do sign her, but hopefully they don't sign him. I wouldn't sign him yet. I think Jacinta Austin needs to go, after UAE, she needs to go to LFA next. Fight some astrologers in LFA or Invicta. Go to Invicta and fight Fatima Klein. Because I think Fatima Klein is a little bit more well-rounded than Jacinta Austin. I think she's better on the ground. But Jacinta Austin is scrappy. So, yeah, I'd want to see her make a stop in the Invicta organization next. And then maybe, depending on how she looks there, she can get a belt from Invicta, go to the UFC. Same with Knudsen. Like, if she wins, whoever wins will be 5-0. So I think it wouldn't hurt to, go to another organization before the UFC starts calling. There's no rush for me. I'm saying, like, I got a video coming up. I'm gonna ask a question like, should the LFA fighters defend their belt before they go to the UFC? Should LFA fighters, and I'm just pointing out LFA because a lot of the fighters in LFA, as soon as they get the belt, they get signed, right? But my thing is, should they turn that option down and just stay in? Because a lot of the fighters that won the belt and jump right into the UFC, they haven't even come close to being a top 10 fighter yet. So I'm thinking if they stay around and get experience, they'll be fine. Or could be. That's how I see it. Don't jump right at the UFC's first phone call. Go do a few more title defenses or something, and then jump in. Because Well, Demopoulos, she lost it before she got there. She lost to Loopy. Loopy won the belt in LFA, and then she winds up. She's 3-3 right now, and then who else? Well, Pierre Rodriguez right now, she's still undefeated, so we'll see. Jackson, I don't think you can turn the UFC down. You never know what can happen. I don't know, man. I mean, that's kind of like the thing, though, man. Like, should you take it? Should you take it? I mean, like, what if you take it and you're not ready? I mean, there's sometimes you obviously are not ready. Ramona Pascal, to me, was not ready yet, but she took it. And the outcome was kind of what you would expect it. Now she's right back at Invicta. See, like, you could have stayed and fought 3 of those Invicta fights and then maybe been ready for the UFC, right? Instead of going in between and then tarnishing the record. I mean, you learn from it, but that's just how I see it. I know what you mean too, though. Like, the UFC is probably like trying to strong arm some fighters. They're probably like, you better take this option now, or we ain't gonna call you, right? They probably do stuff like that. They probably, oh, you ain't gonna take our contract. I'll be all right. I'll call you in 5 years. You know what I mean? They might do stuff like that. I don't know. Gabby said, also, any fighter fighting on the Machado McCormick card gets signed to the UFC, like Shauna Barron, Masrat Rendon, or even Fatima Klein, or even the main event winner. I think the main event winner could get signed. I think Machado, if Machado wins, I think she really does. McCormick, she might. Shauna Barron, I don't think she gets signed yet. She's still kind of making a name for herself. I mean, she's kind of gaining some steam. Masrat Rendon, I still think she lost to Brittany Cloudy in her last fight. So I don't know if she's going to be ready for it. But they need bantamweight, so they might sign her. Fatima Klein, I would like to see her get the belt first. Because Fatima Klein's actually going to be fighting a judoka that's still 1-0. And to me, that's not enough for UFC yet. Right? So Fatima Klein, get a couple more wins or get the belt here. Just get the belt first. Get the belt and then get signed. There's no need to rush Fatima, in my opinion, right now. She's doing great the way she's moving right now. She's doing great just the way she's moving right now. Keep it going. Just keep it going. Ride the ranks if there is like strawweight ranks in Invicta FC, and put herself in a position to win the title. Hopefully the UFC is watching, but they don't try to grab her before she wins. Closum said Claire Guthrie deserves a contract. Yeah, honestly, I think that Claire Guthrie, out of the tough house, Claire Guthrie, maybe a little more so than Brogan Sanchez. Because I got to say, Claire Guthrie, she did put up a more spirited competitive performance against Juju both fights. And now Claire Guthrie at 135 is looking much more comfortable as a fighter, well-rounded, stronger. So they need to sign her to 135. Shoot, Claire Guthrie versus Stephanie Egger or Myra Bueno Silva, that'd be a good fight. Yeah, I would have signed Claire Guthrie. Yeah, Jack, so I love that Klein is back-to-back putting them together. And now that she's fighting this judoka coming up, I'm really curious as to how that fight plays out. Claire got in some work in her last fight with Gallardo. She was dealing with that striking, and she worked with it, man. She worked with it. I like that she was moving in there, and she got through the rough parts, and she started wrestling the heck out of Gallardo. Yeah, Brian, I think Claire, yeah, that's a good addition to 135. She's nice too, nice personality, tough fighter. It doesn't crumble in there, she's always working. I like her. Gabby said I feel like they could get banned because she's Irish, and Klein could get signed because she's linked to Blanchfield. Yeah, she's linked to, some good work out there. So I just hope they don't sign her because she is linked to them. I hope they give her own way first. Let Fatima grow. Yeah, let the girl grow. Let some of these fighters grow, and then the UFC can snatch them up. I think Fatima is a good size strawweight too. So I think the better she gets, the tougher she'll be for some of these girls. Tall, long, ground fighter, striker. Yeah. George, what's up? He said they probably see how Claire does against Bernardo. Yeah, if she takes out Toledo Bernardo, then I think we can talk. Yeah. Or Serena De Jesus. Has she fought her? Yeah, I think if she fight one of them fighters, that would be good. Yeah, Shauna Barron. Yeah, she's kind of making a name for herself. I just need to see a little bit more from her. I tell you, who could get signed, Gabby, is Isis Verbeek. Now, let's not, you know, let's not forget her now. Let's not throw her under the radar now. Isis Verbeek, I think, with the style she has and just kind of her look that she brings, you know, they they might scoop her up. I think they might would try to scoop her up. I believe, because she kind of brings that scrappy striking style. Um, I would like to see her do some more things. Me personally, but I'm just saying like they probably would grab her up at some point. Like she's one you got to look out for. Yeah, Isis Verbeek. Yeah, she's in the strawweight division there too. So yeah, got an interesting name too, Isis Verbeek. So yeah, we said Glory Watson. Oh, Glory Watson beat Hillary Rose. Yeah, I forgot about that fight because I follow Hillary, and I think she follows me. And I was watching the story, the weigh-in, and I forgot about the fight. I forgot about the fight. Yeah, I got to go back and watch that one. Yeah, because I think it was last Saturday, and I got out of my I was out of my surgery, but I was laid up recovering, and I was watching the UFC card and everything. But yeah, I had it on my list to check out, but yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Hillary Rose, she's fought a few fighters that we know. She's been around the way. Dakota Chiva. UFC contract. UFC contract. Does she deserve a UFC contract? Let me see. I think she needs to win like a tournament here at PFL first, and then we'll see what that ground game does. We'll see what that ground game do. Brian said, "Yeah, let these girls grow in other divisions. We don't need another boom. We don't need another bone or the chick Natalia Silva decapitated." Exactly. Yeah. Right. Like I don't want to make that mistake again. Like I thought. See, at least Teresa Bleda had a good showing in that fight, but without that other level of growth, man, it's like you can make that mistake. So I don't want to see. I don't want to see Fatima Klein wind up the same way, or Fatima. Fatima Klein or Dakota Dechiva. I don't want to see them wind up, getting their head taken off the same way. Claire Guthrie, I think we can all agree, Claire Guthrie is not getting taken out like any of them fighters. Like, she will not get it. Claire Guthrie is tough and growing. Like, Claire Guthrie is the one I will say can get signed. And the thing with Teresa Blades, she's already in the UFC now. So we got to see what happens. Can she bounce back from there now? Right? We got to see if she can bounce back from there. So, yeah. If Dakota plays it smart, she can stay at PFL and build her name over there. That's what I think. I think it's smart if she stays in PFL because that's the only place you're going to get guaranteed millions from right now. You can get $1 million contract, $1 million contracts, $1 million tournaments. So stay over there for now. You got experienced girls like Caitlin Neal, Helen Peralta over there. If you beat some of them girls, then we can talk. George said the UFC needs to grab up those girls from the PFL featherweight tournament. Yeah, those girls over there, I mean, there's featherweights out there. Jackson said if Leah gets the jump on Cat, the UFC would definitely call. If Leah gets the jump on Cat. Or she'll get the shot against Cyborg first, right? Zama said Dakota can be eternal PFL champion. Why you and guarantee more money, right? Jackson said who's getting the next title shot against Bernardo between Olga and the Tenet rematch? Olga looked good. Olga looked good in her last fight against De Jesus. I think since Olga had lost in her title shot, and she did show a good showing, I think Claire Guthrie, she put together a couple good string of wins, though. Because she beat that Chase girl. Hope Chase's sister. I can't remember her name. Then she beat Autumn Norton, right? So it's either going to be a Tenet rematch or Claire Guthrie, in my opinion. I think Olga will have to wait a little bit. Yeah, Caitlin Neal is in the You said Caitlin Neal said that she knows the PFL wants her. Yeah, she's in there. Like she's fighting. Yeah, she's fighting. You think they'll go with Olga for the title shot? I mean, she did put on a good fight, but I think Claire deserved it because she got those 2 wins in a row. But Olga beat the girl that was talking about getting the title shot too, but missed weight. So Gabriella said, I think PFL wants Dakota as their 125-pound champion. Yeah, I think so. She was the first one they grabbed up. So yeah, I think they know they stand to make a lot of money having her as the face. Kind of like how they were trying to do with Kayla Harrison. Yeah, George Mina Grisander. I was just talking about her. Yeah, she is taking on Shauna Brandon. She's back as a strawweight. Yep. Is Chara Pinka still signed to Bellator? I think, as far as I know, I think she is. I haven't heard about any fights coming up, but yeah, Chara Pinko should still be signed to Bellator. I think she's still in pretty good standing with them. She's pretty much been on a good streak with them, so I'm kind of interested to see when she comes back. that's the thing. Just that they just don't have like a strawweight ranking yet, man. Like, where's the strawweight ranking? You got Chiara Pinko. You need a fighter that wants to fight, man. So maybe she should go to the UFC. George said the winner is DeCourcy and Del Boney going to fight for the rematch. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I know Del Boney was asking for it. I haven't heard. DeCourcy mentioned anything as far as coming back yet. We'll see. Jackson said UFC losing McMahon hurts. She was very close to a little. I thought it was a little. She was close to a title fight before she left. Yeah, she was, man. Like the whole Aspen Lab fight was kind of like a bust, and they just paid her out and she bounced. High Five, what's up? High Five said, of course, Lemos Whaley is next, unless Rose is stepping up to fight Lemos. Yeah, y'all talking about the Lemos Whaley thing? Yeah, I'm telling y'all, that fight is gonna happen. I'm telling y'all, the fight should happen. I mean, if it don't, the next best choice is gonna be Andrade because Andrade is doing negotiations right now. Okay, like it could kill Lamos's momentum because she's actually doing some negotiation here. All right, like Andrade is talking behind the scenes. Why do you think she got a triple better contract? Andrade probably was like, I'm going to take this fight on short notice, but y'all better guarantee me a title shot, okay? So they're probably like, okay, we'll guarantee you a title shot after Lemos. And Andrade is probably like, okay, that's all I ask. And I'm just, making up a scenario, but it could be before that. She could have said, I'm only taking this main event against Aaron Blanchfield if you guarantee me a title shot before Amanda Lemos. And they probably said, deal. Plus triple in my contract. All right, deal. Maybe it was something like that. And then if she did jump ahead, you can't get mad because she has 3 arguments. 1, I whooped Lauren Murphy. 2, I would have at this time whooped Aaron Blanchfield. And the biggest one of all, I already submitted Amanda Lemos. Right? She could throw that in y'all's face. Said, boom, I put 3 wins together, including the fighter that you want to fight. Then I would have to shut up. I would have to say, okay, Andrade, you make a great point. You made a great point, Andrade. Let me sit over here and shut up. And I'll tell everybody else to shut up too, because you make a great point. Right? So it could play out that way. But in my opinion, I really would like to see Lemos before that because Lemos is still at 115. And she is putting together 2 good wins and she's a different look. So she's ranked higher. Why not? Why not? Jackson said Lemos versus Jan Janon would be fun. Yeah, we throw that in there in the mix. Throw it in the mix. If Lemos wins, then there's no denying it. But yeah, I would love to see it go ahead and happen, though, man. I would love to see Whaley Lemos now because they're both on their 2-fight win streaks. They want it. Lemos wants it. So let's make it happen, right? Let's make this happen. Brian Williams said G is for goose, which is kind of like a duck. I know y'all ain't calling Whaley a duck now. Or Valentina's a G. Are you calling Valentina a goose? Like I said, I'm putting that semi-duck talk to rest when it comes to Whaley. Okay, I'm gonna put that semi-duck talk to rest because we all know that Whaley is not ducking. I mean, we got a girl who went in here and went to war with Joanna in the past. Got her dose of humiliation by Rose in that first fight. Destroyed Andrade in the first fight. So it's like, what does she have to lose at this point? You know, if Bellator built 115, can they compete with ones and UFCs? I think they could compete with ones, but I don't think they can compete with the UFCs. They'll really compete with one, I think, if they get the best fighters from LFA and the best fighters from Invicta FC. Like if they scooped up Valeska Machado, Fatima Klein, Deshaun Barronin, uh, if they scooped them up at the right time and maybe picked up uh, some of these other girls like Jacinta Austin and them, they could compete with ones for sure. Would I rather see Whaley Lamos or Whaley Andrade? I don't know. You tell me. What have I said before? I mean, in the same stream, I've just said what I wanted to see. So you tell me which fight I'd want to see more. Drill said UFC needs 105. Yeah, they do. Andrade is going to have a strong argument for title shot. That's all I'm saying. She gonna have no matter what I want to see. Andrade is going to have a strong argument, and her strong argument does not mean that Whaley is ducking Lamos. That has nothing to do with it. It has something to do with Andrade making the right moves. You know, it's like an auction. You put up the right amount of money or respect, whatever. You said I wanted both. I'm not sure which one you prefer. I said I want to see Whaley and Lamos first. I'll definitely watch for Andrade and Whaley, but y'all know I've done videos on this. I said I want Whaley Lamos. I do, but I'm not gonna act like Whaley's out here ducking or anything like that. I mean, girl just fought 2 months ago, so I mean, she's not. I'm not gonna put like pressure on. I mean, the fight's gonna happen. Andrade versus Marina and Whaley versus Lamos. Jan versus Rose. Ooh. Um. Hmm. Let's do Andrade versus Carla. Andrade Marina won't happen because they have the same management. Marina's already gone on record to say that. So I'll do Andrade versus Carla and Wei Lee versus Lamos and Rose versus Marina. I hate to leave Jan out like that, but those are the three matches I would like to see. Yeah, because Andrade and Marina, they have the same management. So yeah, she said they won't fight unless it's for a title. Lolita said Andrade versus Zombie Girl. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take Andrade in that. Who enters the rankings at 115, 125 this year? 115, I think Pierre Rodriguez enters if she beats Jillian Robertson. If Pierre Rodriguez beats Jillian Robertson, she enters the rankings. Who is Loopy fighting? Who is Loopy Godinez fighting, y'all? Is she fighting a ranked fighter? No, she's fighting Cavillo. She's fighting Cavillo. Regardless, I think Loopy might get ranked this year. I think Loopy gets ranked this year. I think Pierre Rodriguez get ranked this year. Flyweight, I think Natalia Silva gets ranked this year. Possibly Melissa Gatto gets ranked this year. Who else would get ranked this year in flyweight? I don't know who else gets ranked in flyweight. Strawweight, yeah, those are the two strawweights I would probably say though. George said Waterson Loopy. That would be an interesting fight. Waterson has to take out Luana Pinheiro first. How fast to Rose Marina? Yeah, I like that fight. Yeah, might be Carla versus Lemos. Whaley will wait if Andrade gets to her after she stops Aaron. Yeah, man. That's the thing we just don't understand though, man. Like Andrade is definitely making a strong argument right now. Yeah, Whaley's always game, man. Like she don't care who it is. Gabby said Andrade versus Carla will happen for sure. I think the UFC would like that. Yeah, that would guarantee her number one spot too, I think. And that might honestly be Carla's farewell fight to me. Todd, what's up? Yeah, he said just join in. He's Andrade versus Carla's a dope fight. Yeah, that would be crazy, man. It's not going the distance. Jackson said I like 115 for Corey McKenna. I like McKenna for 115. You think she might get ranked this year? Oh yeah. Drill said Loma Labuni is the best 105, best fighter for 105. Yeah, I think so. I think she's needed. Yeah. All right. James Press says so. Which title contender ever got an immediate rematch? Oh, I know what y'all talking about. Oh boy. Andrade versus Carl is not a fair fight. Why y'all doing Carl like that? Well, it's 115, and if you got the number one spot, um, and you got something somebody wants, then hey, why not, right? If y'all both can bleed, eat, and sleep and make 115, I believe that you should fight. I think Andrade is going to be Andrade this Saturday. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Andrade is Andrade, baby. I really hope she is, but I'll hope that Aaron is something different that she ain't never seen before. Gabby said a lot of strawweight fights are happening in April and March, and I think the winners get a chance to enter the rankings. Yeah, that's probably why they're trying to, make a hustle here because now we got Sam Hughes taking on Jacqueline Amarum, to start bringing in some new heads. Panay and Ricci. If Ricci wins, Panay might get ranked. If Ricci wins, Ricci will get ranked. Excuse me. Yeah. That's a mismatch. Hey, Carla fought Suarez, right? I mean, what can we do, man? What can we do? If they didn't make the fight, you would say people were ducking. So, nah, man. I mean, or we would say they were cherry picking or dancing around fights, right? So no, we gonna make it happen. She did the Tatiana fight. She did Joanna fight. Luana Pinheiro climbs the rankings this year. It all. If she gets by Waterson, she has a good chance to. Like, if she gets by Waterson with Tisha Torres out and Amanda Ebos at 125, Luana Pinheiro has a chance to do what Mackenzie Dern did and kind of skip ahead and make her way in strategically at the right time. Because y'all remember Mackenzie Dern, Mackenzie Dern, she got in right when the getting was good for her. Rose was already at the top. Joanna was at the top. Tatiana was already kind of at the top. Wei Lee. So while Mackenzie Dern was climbing, there wasn't really a lot of, tough heads for her to fight there. I mean, Ebos was her toughest and she lost, but then she got right back into the mix, climbed into top 5, So Luana Pinheiro might be able to take advantage of that and do the same thing. With Ebos at a higher weight and Tisha out, you might see her fight Yan Jana sometime this year coming up. Watch. Luana Pinheiro, if she beats Waterson, she might be fighting Yan Jana sometime this year. If Luana Pinheiro wins convincingly, she might be fighting Yan Jana in the summertime. You said if it's a mismatch, it's not ducking. I mean, look at what Tatiana did to her. Call is too small for Andrade. But they're in the same weight class. I mean, people go on the record to say it already. Like, people have already said it, though. Like, you say it's a mismatch, but the fact that Carla hasn't fought Andrade, people are calling her a duck for never fighting Andrade before. People are already going on record to say that. So it's like, which is it? Dejon Bennett said Arujo or Ebos. I say, for me, I think Arujo, but carefully do your research on Ebos and tell me what you think. I mean, she's got guts. I mean, she's got guts for this fight, but I just think that Ebos has that type of recklessness that Viviane Arujo can capitalize on. And she knows she needs this win too, man, after losing to Grasso. Grasso and Ebos aren't the same type of technical strikers. She's a little bit more reckless. So I lean towards Arujo in this fight. 60-40. I'm 60-40 on it. I ain't like, this ain't like an 80-20 thing, though. It's like a 60-40 type of thing. I've been following Tracy Cortez, man, and I don't know what's next for her, man. She's been chilling. Some people say it's a mental thing going on. I don't know. That's why I'm not putting that out there. But I would like to see her fight. Let me look at the rankings here real quick. I wanted to see her fight Ebos. I would have picked Tracy Cortez in the Ebos fight, honestly. But Tracy Cortez is number 13 right now. With everybody else booked, if she comes back, she might fight Lauren Murphy. Lauren Murphy's number 6, but shoot, Lauren Murphy on the downside. Tracy Cortez could fight the winner of Jennifer Maya Casey O'Neill, winner of Macy Barbara Andrea Lee. With the free head is Lauren Murphy, so they might make that fight. Or she could fight down. Tracy Cortez beats Arujo. Yeah, I think I would lean towards Tracy Cortez in that fight. Tracy ain't like exciting, but she knows how to win. Right, Marcus. Yeah, she's no longer small for strawweight. That's why I say Andrade fight can happen. Gabby said I think Dakota and Viviani might get out of the rankings. So maybe Lupi or Pierre or Loma get in the rankings. Oh yeah, Loma's another one. Yeah, Loma might get in, but Pierre Rodriguez, I think she might get in with a win off of Jillian. Robert Henry, what's up? He said, always remember why Savage told you never take UFC rankings seriously. I've said Whaley's coach has already told the media that their final goal is to get to Valentina. It's not just to talk. We see Whaley's improvement after she entered UFC, not after she got KO'd by Rose. Oh man, I hope you don't take that fight yet, man. Bennett said Murphy should retire. She's gonna be 40. Yeah, I was like, after that performance, man. I mean, you kind of go downhill from there. You kind of start to fall. So I don't know, man. Robert said I wasn't sure if this is a live version. Yeah, we live today with it. I decided to do it straight up live because I was kind of running behind. But I need to hit you up behind the scene, Robert Henry. I'm gonna text you right now, let you know what's been going on real quick with me. Yeah, I'm still here. Hold on. Okay. Lauren Murphy. Oh boy. Oh wow. Yeah, Robert. I just dropped you a message, man. I said the only fights that make sense are Rose versus Andrade 3, Pena versus Nunes 3, Whaley versus Rose 3 in the future. Yeah, there's a lot of rubber matches there. I'll watch them though. Those are good fights. Yeah, I sent you the message, man. Yeah. Rob, it's crazy, man. It is crazy. Toastman said you could do the UFC commentary with DC and Paul Felder. We'd probably be arguing. I wouldn't even get on the air. We'd probably be arguing about some things. I'd be like, what was some stuff that DC said lately that had me like, come on, bro. We wouldn't get on the air. Jackson said this Wood have an opponent. Yeah, Wood is fighting Luana Carolina. Bennett said who has the best chance to beat Nunes? Best chance right now to beat Nunes at 135. And I'm just like really picking here, like, and the chances are still slim. I'd say Irene Aldana just because of her style. But even then, that's just kind of a reach. Like, I really don't see anybody having the best chance right now. I mean, Pena's gonna have to do a whole makeover, in my opinion, from what she did the last two fights. I mean, the first fight was something different because Nunes was just out of it. But the second fight, Pena just showed more of a dog in her. She was more of a pit bull. But there was no like change. That's why she didn't win a single round. Like, yeah, she gnawed on Nunes and put some damage on Nunes, but she still didn't win a single round. Right? So Pena, even though she can chew on her a little bit, she still couldn't win a single round. I think Irene just brings something different to the table, boxing. And she might be able to measure her range well and land like a good punch on Nunes here and there. But like I said, even then, that's hard to tell because this division is really getting older, man. So right now, the best chance, I really don't know. 6 at Gabby Garcia, yeah. And even then, like Gabby Garcia would have to be on all types of performance enhancing things, Oh man, Jackson said Valentino probably thought. I think probably thought she beat her in the second fight. Probably thought she beat her in the second fight. Technically, a lot of people think that way, but then when you look at it, you be like, she ain't do enough, man. I know if I mention that, James gonna get started, but hey, that's how I feel. Barbara goes down 115. Do you think she might make a return to the fall or summer? Yeah, if she beats Andrea Lee, she'll probably go down to like 115 in like August or something. And they'll probably give her like a top 10. They'll probably give her a top 10 or something. Yeah, 6. Yeah. Don't tell that to James. Yeah. I love how you never mentioned what Nunes did. Oh boy, here we go. Oh yeah, Robert. Yeah. I mean, maybe one day I'll go into it. Maybe I'll go into it with y'all on what it is. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, like it ain't really nothing like I want to hide or anything. I just want to kind of get through it first, and then I'll let y'all know how it turns out, like on what I'm dealing with. So yeah. Jackson said maybe Manone's going up to 135. I hope not. I hope she don't do 135 yet. I hope not. I hope. Same with Santos. What's going on with Tyler Santos right now, man? Like Santos is making some bad choices right now. Do you think she performs well at 135? I actually do, but I just want to see what she can do at 125 first. Like between her and Tyler, I think they got the right build, you know. I think they got the right build for it. Bennett said, what's next for Suarez if she beats De La Rosa? Probably, I think they'll probably give her like a top 11. Maybe like a top 11 or something like that. I say that because I think, they're not going to hold her back against other fighters. They're going to try to push her in there. Or she goes back down to 115, like she said. Yeah, she's eyeing Rose. Let me put it that way, Bennett. She's eyeing that Rose fight. So if she can get that, laid out on the table, she still wants to beat Rose, she said. And 6, yeah, what 6 said. He wants to see Tatiana versus Gertrude. Okay. Yeah, I do think they would perform well. Tyler and Manon, actually. You don't think she'll go to 135 in the future? Oh, yeah, in the future, yeah. if she never gets that rematch, I think she would. Yeah, that's a good question. How do you think Manones would do at 135? Yeah, I think they would do all right. Less of a weight cut. The power will probably carry up, especially for Santos. She'd be a little bit stronger in the grappling department. Yeah. Is her first name or her middle name? Rose G. I actually kind of like it though. I like it. Tyler can't fight in the U.S. because of visa issues. She's screwed because we just went to Brazil. Yeah, I know, right? We about to hit the UK, we about to hit France, Florida, the Apex and everything. So yeah, and it's not hers. It's not even her visa issue. It has something to do with a cornerman. That's why I was like, yo, like she has to have a cornerman team on backup in the US that she can just scoop up. Yeah, everyone says she's got to be the youngest Gertrude on earth. I mean, I haven't heard that name in a long time. I think the most popular Gertrudes are from like the 1800s, the 18th century, is it? 1800s. I support Valentina because declining. Santos, we have a bad taste card. Taste card her the greatest flyweight champion, but not in WMMA because Santos is Nunes is standing on Valentina's feet right now. Peter Yan fought without his cornerman. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. I said that the other day, Jackson, man. Like I said the same thing, man. You got to fight without your cornerman sometimes. I mean, it didn't work out because he lost, but I think that's just how it turned out. Those styles played into it. If you're gonna be in situations like that where you're not up on your visa, so on, that's that adjustment you're gonna have to make fighting without a cornerman. I think 125 is Suarez's true weight class. As she gets older, and she's already in her 30s, it probably is. It probably is her true weight class now. Okay, G Rose. Okay, it's G Rose. Okay. Yeah. It's one of them situations, man. Okay, Robert Henry said, haven't caught your Andrade video yet. I struggled for months trying to find another fighter, male or female equivalent of what she does. Most fighters' power are more technical. Yeah. A lot of the women, aside from like Amanda Nunes and Andrade, their power is more technical, more precision. Even like with Rose, like how she throws is more technical. But like, the bricks that Nunes and Andrade carry, maybe even Josie and Nunes to a certain extent, it's like on a another level. The level of athletic footwork, athletic feats, power, pace, and the endurance of Andrade is nothing like I've seen in there. Oh yeah. Well, now she's now Brian, she's made good points on why she should stay at 135. I mean, I did a video on it last year. Again, you know, um, she talked about it in an interview where, again, this is coming from her mouth. So yeah, I could believe 130, 125 is where she should be because she said that even when she was training like down to 125 on her weight cuts, she felt strong even back in the day. she felt better than 115. She felt good at 115, but felt great at 125, right? So eventually, that would be her weight, but her mindset and her mission is mostly facing 115. So if she can still do it, then there's no harm in her trying to make it. But if there's harm in her body, then you can't do what you did 4 or 5 years ago, then you should probably be at 125. Is there any other WMMA fighters that could compete in all three divisions? Josiane Nunes could probably do 125, 35, and 45. But being successful is going to be tough, though. I don't think anybody can do what Andrade's doing because it comes down to the build. And even then, she wasn't that successful at 135. So not too many people will be able to do that, I don't think. Because Nunes ain't doing no 125. Suarez probably could do 135 at the end of her career, maybe. Suarez could do 115, 125, and maybe 135. She would have to do 115 now multiple times till she gets a belt. And then, eventually, when she gets older, 135 might be where she could end her career. He said, in a woman pressure fighter, Cyborg is not really that good of a comparison. She may be way more technical, even more improved than Andrade. Oh, yeah, way more. Way more. Yeah, way more. But yeah, guys, I think that's all I got for tonight. I'm gonna stretch my back here. Okay. So one more time, y'all. Who y'all got in this Lena Landsberg MBS fight? I didn't ask y'all that, right? Come on now. I know y'all ain't too crazy about this fight, but if y'all are WMMA fans, who y'all got? All right, Gabby, who you got in this fight? I got I think I'm gonna go with Mayweather Silva. Oh man. That was hard to get out at first. I was like, I'm not sure. Because of the fact that she schooled Carol. Is she schooled Carol Rosa? No. She didn't school Carol. She dropped Carol Rosa in that fight. But that wasn't enough to win. Colton said he's got Buena Silva. Okay. Marcus said he got Buena Silva. Colostrum said he's got Buena Silva. Jackson says he's got Buena Silva. Ain't nobody messing with Lena Landsberg here, huh? I remember Lena Landsberg, she beat Macy Chase on a few years back. I was kind of surprised. And anybody making changes to their pick here? Okay, Brian said he's got MBS. Anybody making changes here? Okay. Okay. Anybody making changes to their Andrade Blanchfield pick? My StreamYard is working crazy right now, so I gotta actually pull up YouTube and I gotta put my chat. I gotta write in the chat here on YouTube. All right. Holstrom still got Andrade by destruction. Okay. And I am I'm taking my Calvillo pass into this fight. I'm going with Blanchfield. Kind of hurts to say it a little bit, but Yeah, yeah. I was watching one prediction. I was watching one prediction, and I mean, he gave an honest answer. I think it was on MMA Junkie, and he was saying that he meant no disrespect. Like he gave Blanchfield a lot of credit on what she can do as far as her different you know level drops and so on. But then he was like, and this is no disrespect, but I got Andrade by first round knockout. I was like, dang. He made it sound competitive for about the 2 minutes of his prediction, but then he was just like, I got Andrade by first round knockout. And he's like, it's no disrespect, but he just thinks that power is gonna come into play in the first round. And I'm like, yeah, that's not a that's not a bad that's not a bad answer. It really isn't. He wasn't like trying to be funny. He just said it. And the way he said it, I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, Colton said he watched it too. Okay, yeah. It was MMA Junkie. If y'all didn't see, it was like maybe 2 minutes. And yeah, he gave his little assessment and everything. And I thought by his assessment, it was going to be like this competitive fight. But when it came down to it, he was like, it's going to end in the first round. I was like, dang, man. You put all her hopes out the door, man. Oh man. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. She don't have no defense like that. I know. Yeah, I know. So I'm thinking that she's gonna try her best to get this fight down, so she won't have to play on the feet here. Man. When you taste those, mm, that's the thing, man. Like that power from her. Yeah, Aaron couldn't submit Maverick. I mean, that get well. That doesn't really worry me because I thought Maverick was very calm and fighting a good defensive fight. She just couldn't ever get in the winning position. But I think Maverick was just a different mover on the ground for her. Okay, Jackson's got Aaron by sub. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's him. Yeah, he had glasses too. Yeah. Man, let it be this fight too, where Aaron still doesn't really move her head too, man. That's Let it be this fight, man. Wow. Bad enough is Tyler, but we know Andrade, if that head is not moving, we know what she's gonna do, man. Mm. Yeah, I would think she has great chin too, but I think this power is different, so I'm hoping she stays away from it. I really do hope she stays away from those those big shots. And the thing is, like Andrade, I don't really think she's gonna throw like home run bombs. She's gonna fight a controlled fight, which might be even more dangerous. Those leg kicks from Andrade are loud. Lemos landed some good leg kicks though on Andrade. She was working some good leg kicks though. Yeah, if she finishes her fast, man, we're gonna be like, oh boy, UFC, what did y'all do? Mm, good. Gabby said, what if she gets KO like Carolina? Oh man, this is horrible. Y'all are being horrible. You said change my pick before it's too late. Change your pick before it's too late. Oh man. I like to win, so I like to win, so I'm really, really, really thinking about changing my pick. I really like to win, and yeah, so I'm like really trying to decide here. Dang man, I want Blanchfield to win. Gulagan said, "Is Andrade fully healed from her last fight? I know she didn't take much damage, but I saw her wearing some kind of hand brace during an interview. Was she? Because she was throwing a lot of heat. She was throwing a lot of heat, so she might have did sprain something. Aside from that hand, yeah, I don't think that would be fully healed up, but I don't think she should have had too much damage though. I don't think she should have had too much damage. I think she should still be fresh. Like her cardio should still be good. She's still close to her. She's still close to her weight. Now, see if this was Manon, I'm picking Manon 100%. Not just as a fan pick, but I think Manon has the style to do this. But you see how much trouble we have in here or not trouble we haven't. I mean, y'all are pretty much picking Andrade by starching. So y'all even know styles play a big factor here, and levels play a big factor. Like we can say Aaron is good on the ground with certain things, but when Andrade's name comes up, it's like, oh hell. But I think Manon's style is totally um, frustrating for a fighter like Andrade, unless she can catch you. But Aaron will be standing in front of her more. So, yeah, that kind of makes the MMA math change. So, I might have to change my pick here. Oh, boy. What are the odds if Blanchfield wins by decision? What are the odds on this fight? Hold on. Let's see. Blanchfield, Andrade Blanchfield odds. Anybody got those odds yet? Hold on. I'm going to check sports betting, though. I mean, what we got? What we got? Anybody got those odds up? I can't find them. Andrade said her hands were hurt from punching Murphy so hard. I bet they were, man. Her hands were probably like, "Come on, girl, let's knock this girl out. Y'all are punishing me." Aaron versus Andrade might equal City Cavillo. You think so, Marcus? I don't know. It might, but I don't know. Can Aaron hold her down? I think it depends on what position she can get, man. I think it depends on the position that she gets. That's what we forget, man. Like, I think the position is very important. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Marcus. Yeah, if Andrade fought Manon, I would have picked Manon. For sure. I think it would have been a lot of combinations to the face, kicks to the stomach, and probably a decision win for Manon. A lot of control, I think. She would have fought a cautious technical fight and won. No problem. But yeah, when you have two styles like this, yeah, I can definitely see where a lot of people coming from here. So I'm just kind of entertaining and I'm looking at options here. I'm looking at options, man. Everyone said I think Aaron can keep her down. I'm not as confident that she gets her down. Right. The trouble here is getting her down. All right. Colton said I thought they were like minus 115 plus 100, 150 in favor of Andrade, something like that. Yeah, MMA Junkie, that dude, he wasn't playing, man. He said, Aaron does this, Aaron does this well, Aaron does that well. So with that being said, he was like, first round knockout. I'm like, oh. Yeah, Glory. I can't wait for the face off though, man. Let's see how they look. We gotta see that reaction and just how we gotta size them up. Gabby said maybe Andrade about liver KO. Yeah, that's a possibility too. Her body work has really been improving. All right, hold on for a second. I want to listen to something here. Yeah, he was saying everything, man. He's improved striking, high. What would he say? She can make her choices off of her. Hold on here. Let me see. It was kind of low. I gotta put. Like he said on the ground, she's technical, good frames off her clinch. It improves striking. He named a lot of good things, man. But then he was just like, she get knocked out. He was like, she get knocked out. Yeah, both fighters. Yeah, neither is scared. I don't believe Aaron's scared, which is going to make it interesting, but also make it dangerous for her. James said Aaron's ability to take damage lays a big factor. Aaron will probably have to take it deep and go in and force the takedown. Yeah, I just don't see Aaron winning at all, but I really like her. Yeah, I'm kind of where you're at, Colton. I really like her. I want to say she has some things to get her to win, but it's hard to see her winning. Yeah, it really is. It really is. I'm hoping she can do it. Yeah, he said first round KO. Yeah. Andrade is short. Aaron will have to squat down for a good grip. Aaron will see the takedown. Andrade will see the takedown coming. Yeah, Lauren, when she tried to go in for a couple of takedowns, Andrade denied it. Especially after she was pummeling her, so much. She was already tired too. So, everything she was hitting her with, she was done. She was done. And same thing can happen in this fight. I mean, if she lands the same combinations on Aaron, who doesn't have great defense. And you know what? Let me be honest. Okay, let me be honest here, man. See, it's hard for me to just say it's gonna be easy, just because I rock with the fighter. I mean, I think they're two different type of fights, but honestly, if I think Jennifer Maya can beat Casey O'Neill, Andrade has a great chance to beat Blanchfield here. I mean, two different styles. Blanchfield is much more technical than Casey. Fade's a different type of fighter, but Andrade is so much more of a handful than Jennifer Maya. You know, it really is. It's really like that. So, you know, I don't know if she's technical enough to stay away on the feet, though. Yeah, Blanchfield has good takedowns and throws. I think clinching when Andrade tries to load up, hitting her with a trip instead of shooting in from a distance would do her good. Or if Andrade comes in for her own, Blanchfield can, use that momentum like Valentina did a couple times and reverse it. 5-round fight, man. 5-round fight. Shout out to Aaron, though, man. 5-round fight. First top 10 fighter. Mark said, if you look at the fighters who Aaron struggled against, will make you second guess yourself on picking her to beat Andrade. Oh yeah, yeah. Cole said, yeah, if they should have fed O'Neal, yeah, should have fed O'Neal to Andrade and had Blanchfield fight Maya. She's the more promising prospect. That, yeah, that would have been bad, but that would have been messed up. O'Neal coming off a year layoff, to throw her in there with Andrade, that would have been dirty. I wouldn't. I wouldn't even have done that, man. I wouldn't even done that. Brian said Valentina's defense is good, but she's predictable enough that Grasso can catch her. Is she predictable enough that Grasso can catch her? That's the question, though. Like, she is predictable, but is she predictable enough that a fighter like Grasso can capitalize? That's the question that needs to be answered. Because I see it. I've called it. I've already brought this stuff up before many times. Coach asked me before, like, what are some of the things I see in Valentina? And I told him. And I see it, but Grasso might see it, but can Grasso capitalize? That's a question. Like, Grasso can see these openings all day. Hell, Lauren Murphy probably saw them too, but could she capitalize? Nope. Grasso's a boxer, but is her boxing fundamentals good enough to catch Valentina? You can say it all day. Oh, she's predictable here and there, but does Grasso's style match up enough to be predictable? Right? What are the odds on Blanchfield getting the KO against Andrade? I think those are low. I don't know. Right. That's the question I just asked. The question is can she capitalize? Is she good enough to capitalize? Right. And that has yet to be seen. Like, we have to see if she'll take those, if she'll take the initiative. Will she take advantage of those opportunities? Yeah, I did watch the Andrade interview. Yeah. Yeah, she ready to fight, man. This girl ready to fight. And like I said, I respect her view on wanting to fight Whaley in Brazil, since like she said, she did it to Whaley last time in China. Yeah. She sounds like she's ready too. So, if I was to change my pick, don't be surprised. Why couldn't Aaron get JJ down? I think JJ Aldridge's stance was a big part of it, and JJ Aldridge, her improvement in her wrestling. You know who JJ Aldridge been training with, right? And JJ Aldridge been improving in, like, her stand up, like, not just like her stand up, but like her get up, her wrestling, her takedown defense. I think that was a problem. Like, Aaron wasn't prepared for that. I don't think. I really believe that. I've been watching, JJ's training and what she's been working on. You know, she's really been getting that part of her game right. Like, even when she fought, Demopoulos is small, but still you got to give her credit. Jillian Robertson, those fighters are going for takedowns, so that's something she's been getting getting better at. She's been evolving. So I think that was a big part of Aaron. Wasn't really expecting it to be like that, and Aaron was getting pieced up a bit because JJ was keeping them hands in her face. So when she was stepping in, JJ was at a great range to predict any level change or anything coming. So those angles were a big part of that fight. And the improvement of JJ's, overall distance management of watching takedowns and just controlling. I think that was a big part of it, man. So I was a little like, when she had that round bagged, I was like, All right, you said that's what I was thinking. I'm saying Andrade is stronger than JJ. I think Andrade will be looking for the takedown. She said it yesterday. Yeah, yeah, she could. Yeah, she's stronger than JJ. Yeah, hell of a lot stronger. I just think that the technical approach kind of shook Blanchfield. But Andrade is getting a little bit more technical too. I mean, there's some great points everybody's making here, and the thing is, I see all these great points too. I just really want Blanchfield to win. But I might have to change my pick to Andrade, man. I'm I hate to do it, man, because I don't want her to win another 125-pound fight right now, man. I really don't, man. I really don't right now. I mean, it's not good for flyweight. Because what happens if Valentina and Andrade fight again? We're gonna say the same. We know what the playout's gonna be. We know what it's gonna be. Oh boy. This is how I know a fight's gonna be good when it's got me on the ropes like this, man. Okay, I'm rooting for Aaron. I just don't see it, Colton. Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. I mean, being a realist. Okay, you want to be a realist. You want me to go. You want me to go hard. Jessica Andrade is gonna. She's gonna do. She's gonna do what she does, man. She's gonna do what she does for 5 rounds, maybe. No, inside 5. Colton said, yeah, he's rooting for. Gabby said, if Grasso gets the upset, I'm sure O'Neal, Santos, Manon will be mad. They weren't the ones to get it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For good reason. I don't think O'Neal would be as upset because she still got further way to go. Santos would be. Santos would be kind of kicking herself because Grasso has the chance to learn from her mistakes. Manon, she would kind of be in the same field too, but with her tearing her ligament, it'd be like, what other choice did you have? Even if they were kind of doubting themselves at a point, you really had no choice. You had to pull out of the fight, right? But I think O'Neal would be fine with it because she's far off anyway. I mean, there would be some sort of like, I wish it was me, but there's really nothing she could do. Like Santos had the chance, but she came up short, right? Because anybody would like to pull off that upset, especially like Grasso's position. We're all kind of like talking her down a little bit. And the thing is, I ain't really like talking down. I'm just like really trying to make a clear cut analysis of this thing. And everything Valentina's done just makes everything Grasso looks in a way kind of minor. So we're just looking at numbers. I'm just looking at what was done. I'm looking at title defenses. I'm looking at stoppages. I'm looking at the aggression and the work ethic of Valentina versus what Grasso's done in the UFC, right? So it's not like I'm making stuff up or speaking off of feelings. I'm just basing it off of what is done. Gabby said, how much hype would a girl get if they get the upset against Valentina? Probably get a lot. Grasso winning would definitely put some flame at 125 because she got a lot of simps too. Got your regular fans and you got those diehards. Zama said Santos would know that Grasso was harder than Shevchenko. He said Santos would know that Grasso was harder. Yeah, pretty much at that point. Yeah, I mean, it would probably be a harder matchup for her then. But we'll see. We'll see. I got to see what some of y'all see. We'll see how that jump. See how that jump play out. We'll see how it plays out. But I'm done for the night, y'all. Been kicking it on here for about over 2 hours on this podcast. Must I'll do this one live and trick y'all and do some Q&A. And yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe on your way out. And these other platforms too, if you listen to your shows and on the road, you don't always have to pull up YouTube. You always pull up my show and stream on these other platforms if you listen to like iTunes, Spotify, and all of that. That way your phone ain't got to be lit up the whole time, just pull up iTunes or whatever. Galagan, cool. He said, new subscriber. I appreciate you. So yeah, just go over there, type in hashtag CB99 Talks Galagan, and subscribe there. I'm always jump on this. I'm going to try to jump on this fight this weekend and do a fight companion because we got to react to this thing. Will it be like Calvillo? I really hope not. I'm hoping Blanchfield gives us the full fight. I'm hoping she can get a W. Like Colton said, if Aaron is able to bear Andrade, she might have a real chance against Valentina. Yeah. So yeah, that's it, guys. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Most of y'all are trying to bring me back to reality with this Andrade fight. Believe me, I'm looking at reality. I am. I'm just hoping for the best here. Sometimes I'll fall into that mode. I like to cheerlead for some of these fighters sometimes. Whenever a new blood is needed like this, because Andrade had her shot against the bullet and she blew it. All right, yeah. Welcome Galagan to the Breaker Gang. Hope you come back Saturday night for the fight companion. We're gonna tune in and I'm gonna call the fight with y'all. And that's what it is, guys. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.